Hello, everyone. I'm Ian Smith with fedsmith.com. I just wanted to bring you a quick update about the proposed cuts to federal employees' retirement benefits that have been gradually working their way through the legislative system. They initially originated in the House Oversight Committee. They passed back at the end of April, I think it was on April 30th, a package of cuts that would have impacted federal employees' retirement benefits. I've been reporting on those throughout the way here on our YouTube channel and also on the fedsmith.com website in articles that we've written. And the latest situation is that the House passed the spending bill for fiscal year 2025. It's now known as the Big Beautiful Bill Act. It was passed late last week on May 22nd. When the House passed that, it made some important changes to these proposed cuts. So I'm going to go over them here quickly with you. Probably the most significant change is that the proposal to change the high 3 to the high 5 has been eliminated entirely from the bill. This is the change that would have required using a federal employee's highest 5 years of earnings to calculate his or her annuity benefits. And that's, again, been eliminated entirely. Also, the proposal to increase retirement contributions to FERS had been eliminated in a previous version of the bill, and that has carried forth in this version as well. There actually are now only 4 of the remaining 6 proposals still in the bill. So here's an overview of those 4 proposals. The elimination of the FERS annuity supplement is still in the bill. The FERS annuity supplement is an additional benefit paid until age 62 to certain federal employees under FERS, the Federal Employees Retirement System. And it's paid to those who retire before age 62 and who are retired to an immediate annuity. It approximates the value of FERS service and a Social Security benefit. The provision, as written in the legislation, would eliminate the annuity supplement effective January 1st, 2028. However, as it's currently written, it would not apply to federal employees who are already entitled to an annuity supplement under law before the enactment date of the legislation. Also, it would be preserved for federal employees subject to mandatory early retirement. So, for instance, law enforcement officers, air traffic controllers. Again, this is all just based on the language of the bill as it's currently written. Next up, the option for electing at-will employment for new hires. This provision is still in the legislation that passed the House. This would allow newly hired federal employees to elect at-will employment in exchange for a lower contribution rate to FERS. So if they elected at-will employment, their contribution rate to FERS would be the standard 4.4%. If they chose not to do this, then their contribution rate would increase by 5%, So it would be 9.4% total for most federal employees. This also would be an irrevocable decision based on the wording of the legislation. So in other words, once an employee makes this decision, it's final, that's it. What this means is that federal employees who opt to become at-will employees could face adverse actions, including removal without notice or the right to appeal the action. Per the language of the bill as it's currently written, it says that they, quote, may be subject to an adverse action up to and including removal without notice or right to appeal by the head of the agency at which the individual is employed for good cause, bad cause, or no cause at all. The next provision is the MSPB filing fee. That has remained in the version of the bill that passed the House. What this would do is it would require the Merit Systems Protection Board to establish a $350 filing fee for federal employees filing claims or appeals. It would be refunded in the event that the appeal is successful. Also, the provision would provide exceptions for actions brought by the Office of Special Counsel and claims alleging retaliation against whistleblowers. The intent of the provision is to reduce frivolous employee appeals to the MSPB. And the last provision is the FEHB protection audits provision. I won't get into a lot of detail on this one, but basically it would require the Office of Personnel Management to audit the FEHB to ensure that family member eligibility for FEHB coverage and is legitimate and remove any ineligible family members who were getting FEHB benefits that shouldn't. That's a brief overview of the provisions that are still in the House bill now that it has passed the House. It now goes to the Senate for consideration. And so it's possible there could be more changes. We've already seen a lot of changes to this bill. There were 6 provisions, now there are only 4. and those remaining 4 have changed somewhat along the way. So we just don't know at this point what the end result's going to be, which of these provisions ultimately get passed into law, and if all of these provisions will even remain in the final bill. What I can do, though, is continue to keep you updated on the status of the legislation. So be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates on this and other topics of interest to federal employees and retirees. And also be sure to visit the fidsmith.com website where we're posting articles on this and other topics of interest. Have a good day.